American politics is blowing up, and you can thank Erika Kirk for theoretically inspiring and motivating Candace Owens to completely change everything. Throw into the whole mix right now what's going on with Massey and Kentucky and how people are coming out of the woodwork for the first time ever and talking about elections and politics and things and demonology. And I mean, it's like somebody shook this thing up. It's like life was Italian dressing that wasn't shaken, or it wasn't emulsified. It was just kind of layered and concatenated. And all of a sudden, things are just different. People who've never talked about anything are for the first time now motivated to talk about everything. And it's all interlaced, interconnected. It is one of the most fascinating stories ever. I will explain that to you in great depth with an analysis that you will find beyond brilliant, beyond immane in its texture and its depth. But first, this critical word from our sponsor. My friends, this is bigger than most people realize. While everyone watches missiles and fighter jets, the real battle is happening in the supply chain. Nearly every advanced U.S. weapon system depends on tungsten, yet America has barely mined it domestically in years, while China dominates global supply. Washington is now racing to fix that. The Pentagon has committed millions toward restarting domestic tungsten production, and President Donald Trump's Project Vault initiative launched a $12 billion critical mineral strategy to secure American supply chains. That's where Vault Strategic Mining comes in. Trading as KNOX in Canada and KNXFF in the U.S., Vault is building a strategic tungsten portfolio anchored by historic Nevada projects tied to past U.S. defense production. With tungsten prices climbing and global tensions rising, this is no longer just mining, it is national security. Check out the link below to learn more, and special thanks to Vault Strategic Mining for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you always pay attention to what motivates young people to care about politics, on, whatever the preposition is. In the old days, there were people like Gene McCarthy, it was the Vietnam War, McGovern, then Bernie Sanders. There were a lot of people who came along, young people were motivated by this. Ron Paul. There were these moments where I said, yeah, finally shake this up, because the history of our republic cannot advance. I know it's weird to think about the futuristic tense to something that is normally past tense, but the progression of this country cannot advance unless young people care about this. And Thomas Massey did it, and others have done it. And there have been these folks who came along, and Donald Trump did it, but not so much for young. He invigorated kind of a dormant, torpid, rather concretized Republican Party. But now something is really happening and happened, which is political, sort of, and that's Candace Owens. And the villain, and I don't mean that literally, but it's almost like a Batman, the cat woman, the villain, the one that gets us going is, of course, Erika Kirk, who absolutely, positively, if you want to just get involved in something, watch 2 or 3 select videos and you will, and I'm going to be using terms. It's not hate. It's hate the way you hated wrestling heels. It's wrestling. She was this perfect example of the dits like nobody else. I'm still amazed by this. She was Tammy Faye Baker. A little bit of, I don't know what, there's, how do I say this? She's not there's no comparison. There's no comparison. when you recognize how stupid she sometimes has acted, I don't think she's really stupid per se. At least I don't think so. You wonder, who is it? Paris Hilton? Is it Kim Kardashian? I don't even know. I don't even know. Because deep down inside, the Paris Hiltons and the Kim Kardashians and others, and I use women as an example, I don't think they truly took themselves seriously. I think they wanted their image to make as much money as possible. They wanted the merchantability of it and the commercial aspect of their character, so to speak. But I don't think they ever really took themselves seriously. I don't think Kim Kardashian ever really thought she was going to be the Supreme Court justice. You know, she was going to run for, you know, she did whatever she had to do, up to and including her old lady, who basically who pimped pictures of her in some skin flick when she was a kid. In any event, but she never really took. Erika thinks she is. She thinks she's exactly what she's telling you. She thinks she is. She's like nobody else. She believes, and when she was the kind of like the candidate for various reality shows, she was doing those sizzle reels. She believed she was the next star. She believed she was the maybe the real estate mogul. They talk about her Corcoran period here in New York. I don't know if that lasted, or if that was just on some CV, but she believed that she was some kind of an entrepreneur. She believed that she was the headmistress of some kind of weird Romanian orphanage, which nobody talks about anymore. I wonder why. But she believed it. Then she was doing the industrial on EMPs with a bunch of spooks. She, I guess, believed that. And she really didn't know what she wanted to do until she set her hooks and her sights in and on Charlie. She was basically a deer tick and he was a leg. She was parasitic. She burrowed into his soul, into his skin, into his heart, and just the venom exploded. She was like an mRNA vaccine. She rewired his mental apparatus for a while, until towards the end, because you know and I know he was seeing through that stuff immediately, which may or may not have been responsible for the precipitation of his demise. Not that she had anything to do with it, but it's a very interesting coordination of events, a concomitance, so to speak. Well, all of this was beautiful. All of this was okay. All of this was like, you needed something to bring out the flavor, to make it umami, to act like the MSG. Who was that? Candace. And Candace started off, and you've seen it. I told you this. Fredo has one of the best pieces ever, going through the history of how she said, hey, go easy on her, guys. Hey, that poor gal's been through a lot. And people said, what are you talking about? And to her credit, she was very, very, very understanding and very, very, how do I say this? She was, I mean, really, if you just listen to what Candace said. I mean, she was really, and then who knows what happened? Then everybody went after her. Then this conflation of events, this combustion occurred between the TPUSA and all this other kind of stuff. And then, when it hit the fan, everybody was ready to rock and roll. And then, not out of any kind of calculated means, but because out of sheer stupidity, she honestly thought, truly thought, listen to what I'm saying, she believed in her heart of hearts, this is Erika, that she could go head to head with Candace. And when they met, we will never know. God, I'm telling you, what was that about? Was it Chatham House rules? Do we not know what happened? I have no idea. But I mean, whatever deals were made, I don't think are being honored, because it's pretty much gloves are off. But all of a sudden, like something happened out of the blue. People said, what the hell is this? Have you seen this? What? Candace Owens, and whoa, you've got to see this, because she was obviously very, very important, very, very critical, very, very established. But when the Erika thing started, it was a synergy. It was a potentiation. It was like the way alcohol potentiates Valium. It's the way it's the most incredible thing you've ever seen. It's explosion. It was like an implosion. It was nuclear, or nuclear, as Victor Davis Hanson would say, in many ways. It was like that. It was like this huge cosmic nuclear, thermonuclear flatus. Pow! And every day you think, oh my God, it was the name escapes me, the Russian eggs, and you keep opening up. Oh, there's another one, and inside. Then we get, just when you think, okay, we've done it. No, then there's Laurie Franz. Remember her? Married 1 million times, and this and that, and then you got the ad, and you got this, and you got the stories, and the father, who may or may not have been around. Was she a single mom? I don't know. They make stuff up. They just say stuff. And then you think, geez, this is the most. And all I do to say, anybody who says, what is this? What is this? What is this thing about Erika Kirk? I mean, seriously, what? I don't have this on my phone. I've yet to go this far. But if ever I could have that one picture, like you save on your phone, it'd be Erika lying over Charlie's corpse. That's it. Period. End of discussion. Not even the, hey guys, not even that afterwards. No, that was it. Sold her soul. As close to psychopathic without being a psychopath. Head and heart disconnected. No judgment centers. No breaks. No circuit breakers. No class. No, wait a minute, I can't do it. No, that's trashy. That's terrible. No. The same stuff that gave us the explosion and the pyrotechnics and the hanging on Trump. Remember that when even Trump was like, what are you doing, honey? Get off me. She was like pawing him. I love you. It was weird. Remember with J.D. Vance? She grabbed the back of his head like, what are you going to do? What are you doing there, kid? Hang on. Hey. It was like, come here. It was like, geez. It was weird. And then you get these twits, the Mikeys and the Colvitts and this one. They go, who are these? They're like these weird, you know what they remind me of? You ready for this? Those weird cheerleader types. You ever see these guys with like 3, 2? I'm not making any intimations as far as their preferences, but that kind of a hyper, inappropriate, disconnected, hyper excitement, almost like Will Ferrell's character when they would do he and Sherry O'Terry would do the cheerleaders, that kind of a thing. It was like I don't know what they were doing. They were selling they were like bad, like Amway salesmen in the old days. You wouldn't know about that. But anyway, it was just weird. And they were strange. And then they were doing the Charlie Kirk show. And then, oh my God. And then when you're in there, it's like, wait. And now comes the Tyler Robinson case. Hey, and guess what? In the preliminary hearing, they're going to have taped reviews or taped interviews of Junebug or Luna or Lance, his gay, fuzzy, trans girlfriend, whatever it is. I'm thinking, what about the confrontation clause? What about the Sixth Amendment? You can't cross-examine a tape. What is this? I know it's a preliminary hearing, but that's the one. Countdown. Every day I'm saying, is Tyler alive yet? Good. He made it through the night. Because and I know that a lot of problems would be eliminated if he were eliminated from the equation. And I'll leave it at that. And you know that. Everybody knows that. I'm not saying anything you don't know. But this story has so much depth and legs. So anyway, people are so hooked. And Candace says interviewed people or talked up subject. I'm thinking, well, I don't know if this is going to be that good. And I end up finding myself riveted. No, We have a brand new group of people. And while she's there, she's talking about people like Thomas Massey. Now, you and I know it doesn't look good for Thomas Massey. At least that's what they say. Every parameter there is, from betting pools to, But either way, it got people talking, and it got young people. And the reason why, and this is the simplest thing around, the reason why young people have to be a part of this is that they are the future. And if they find this interesting, if they are moved by this, if they are fascinated in this conglomeration of issues with Candace and this and Massey and the Middle East and politics and Christ and Christianity or Catholicism or demonology or Christendom or whatever it is, whatever it takes people, young people in particular, to put down phones for the usual stuff and use your phone to watch her, but to find yourself at least gripped by, attracted by, moved by, lured by this issue that has nothing to do with the usual suspect. It's the greatest thing in the world. And Candace, as great as she is, you never saw the potential unless and until Erika came along. Erika showed everybody through this weird parabolic carnival mirror reality. You saw things, you said, can this be? There is nobody today. Every now and then, what did we have? Hey, look, AOC says something weird. Hey, Maxine Waters says something weird. Hey, Ilhan Omar says something weird. Hey, remember there was this one congresswoman, she wore a hat. She wore like a purple hat. Then there's that other crazy one who looks like Ron Wood. You know see I'm talking about? And they'll say a few things. But Erika provided day after day, pound for pound, some of the best examples of absolute sheer, not insanity, she's not insane, but this comic craziness. So while everybody's there, everybody says, yeah. And Candace says, let's talk about Tyler. Yeah. And let's talk about the election. Yeah. And the White House. Yeah. And Trump. Yeah. And the Middle East. Yeah. And Israel. Yeah. And this. And Massey. And whoever. And Tucker. And finally, this is the seed. This is the crucible. This is the nucleus of a political explosion, because everything else, Bernie kind of fell away. The McGovern people, G. McCarthy was whatever, but Bobby Kennedy. But even that, it kind of like went away. And it's like, it went away. And when Trump came along, Trump did not, Trump, a lot of young people, but Trump did not, his main focus was not young people. And the reason why I'm telling you this is not because I'm not trying to be overly done, but without a future, we are doomed in this country. We are doomed. So God bless Candace Owens. And I'm going to say this, God bless Erika. She's done more. She didn't want to do this. This was not her intention. I mean, she got people to watch, but for the wrong reasons. It's like wrestling. Is it the heel or the baby face? We don't know. So what I want you to know, my friends, is to take it from me and to listen to me. Accept my thanks for you watching this and watching us. And to these two ladies, keep up the great work. Please like this video. Hit that bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. The liking is incredible. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And whatever you do, my friends, I ask you, as always, to comment. And your comments have been incredible. They've been phenomenal. Comment as you see fit.